Good morning. Today I will talk about why you may have a bump on the top of the foot. Typically, this bump will develop on the top of the foot right around here. If you feel the top of your foot, there's a bone that sticks out a little bit farther than the others, and that's usually where that bump will form. So people with high arches tend to develop that more often than people with lower arches. The reason is because the high arch will push up against the top of the shoe a little bit more than normal. So speaking of shoes, that rubbing on the shoe can cause that bump. So if there's one part that's pushing or rubbing a little bit more, maybe it's just too high, the shoe's too tight, that can cause rubbing and cause that bump to form. One way that you can address the painful bump in a shoe is to change the lacing technique. First, you put on the shoe and find exactly where that bump is. So let's say the bump is right around here. I find it right on the top of the foot on the shoe, and I find that my bump is right around this area here. So I'll memorize exactly, or keep in mind where that eyelet is, and then we'll relace it from there. Now that we have the exact spot we're looking for, now we relace it. So take out all of the laces up until that point. So it's right in this area. So you also want to take out the one here. So I've taken it out. That was the area. So we want to skip that. So instead of crossing this lace over to the next one, we bring it up one to the eyelet above, just like that. And then we do the same thing on the other side. Bring it up here. And then we cross over from there. So this lace goes to the opposite eyelet, just like that. And then you do the same thing to the other one, cross it to the opposite eyelet, and then that creates an opening here. So just continue to lace up the shoe just as you would otherwise. And then that creates an opening right at the area of that bony prominence. Then there will be no rubbing at that one spot. What this also does is it gives you a little bit more lace. So that's another trick. If you find that you don't have enough lace, you can always lace it up like this, and then it gives you more lace. Typically, this bump is nothing to be too concerned about, but if you do have pain in that area, then using that lacing technique that I just talked about is a good way to address it. But if you do have any other concerns about it, if you feel like it might be something more, definitely visit your family doctor, and they should be able to give you more information as to if it's something you should be concerned about or if it's just a normal part of your foot or from rubbing. If you do have any other questions, feel free to reach out and I would be happy to help.